Okay, grade 9. You would have noticed that the homework I gave you was just the difference into squares. So we did not use this first tick box. So I'm going to do some more examples with you where we are supposed to use all of these tick boxes just to make sure that you understand it very carefully or very clearly. So that we don't have to repeat this. Right, so the first one that I have is minus x to the power of 3 plus 18x. So remember, first thing, common factor. Now, please take note. This is a negative expression. So therefore, part of my common factor needs to be a minus. So I'm going to go to the side. I'm going to do my scalum sommetje. So minus 9x to the power of 3, then plus 18x. So remember, whenever I do this and I divide with a common factor, the common factor will be the number that goes in front of my bracket. So first thing, I need to divide by a negative. Why again? Because the first term is negative. I'm asking myself, what number can divide with 9 and 18? The biggest number, the highest common factor. So therefore I divide by 9. Now I have x to the power of 3 and I have x to the power of 1. So remember, when we take out the common factor, we take out the lowest exponent. In other words, if I should compare x to the power of 3 with x to the power of 1, the smallest one is going to be x to the power of 1. So therefore, x is also part of my common factor. So the minus 9x now will be written in front of my bracket. I'm going to simplify this now. So a negative divides by negative equals to positive. And then 9 divided by itself, which is 1. X to the power of 3 divides by x to the power of 1, meaning I have x squared left. When I go to my second term, positive divided by negative equals to negative. 18 divided by 9, 2. X divided by x divides out. So I have left x squared minus 2. Now I have to go back to my check boxes. So, two terms, yes. Negative, yes. Square numbers. And this is the catch, because sometimes you think 2 is a square number. So please remember, 2 is not a square number. Therefore, the factorization on this one is done. I am doing more examples. I'm starting with exercise 7. It's on page 104. I'm starting with B2. The instructions at exercise 7 states clearly to factorize. So, going through my tick boxes again. First thing, common factor. To take out the common factor, I go to the side. I have 8y squared minus 2. I'm going to take out a common factor, which means that I'm going to divide each term with the highest common factor. I do not have to take a negative now because my first term is positive. If I look at 8 and 2, the highest factor for both of them will be 2. So I'm going to divide by 2. This term has a y squared, whereas this one does not have y. So therefore, y cannot be taken as a common factor. So my common factor in front of my bracket. 8, I'm going to simplify. 8 divided by 2 equals to 4. Y squared, because there's nothing to divide with. Negative 2 divides by positive 2 equals to negative 1. So in my bracket, 4y squared minus 1. Right, I go back to my check boxes. I am done with a common factor. Let's check. 2 terms, yes. A negative, Yes. Let's check the numbers whether or not they are square numbers. So I have a 1 and a 4, therefore, yes. Y squared, which is an equal exponent, yes. So if I can tick all 4 of those boxes, it means that my bracket can factorize, and that is the difference into squares. So, copy and paste the two. Remember, difference into squares, hakkie, hakkie. First bracket, positive. Second bracket, negative. The square root of 4, 2. The square root of y squared, y. The square root of 1, 1. I am not done because I need to go back to my check boxes. So, two terms, yes. Negative, yes. Square numbers. 2, no. Therefore, I am done. Before, so let's go to our check boxes. First things first, common factor. So when I look at 3 and 27, I need to take note that between 3 and 27, I can take a common factor. So the highest number that can divide with 3 and 27 is 3. I do not divide by a negative number because my first term is not negative. Right. So equals to 3. I start to make my bracket. I simplify. 3 divides by itself. I have left b squared. Negative divides by positive. Negative 27 divided by 3 equals to 9. So in my bracket, b squared minus 9. I go back to my check boxes. I'm done with the common factor. Let's check. Two terms, yes. Minus, yes. Square numbers, let's check. 9, there it is, yes. Equal exponents, b squared, yes. So in other words, the bracket is now still the difference in two squares. So I'm going to copy and paste my 3 because that is the difference in two squares. Remember, I am looking at the part in the bracket. Therefore, hakkie hakkie. My first bracket, positive. My second bracket, negative. P squared, P times P, 9, 3 times 3. I am not done. Let's go back again. I'm done with the common factor. It's still two terms. There is still a negative inside. But the moment that I see 3, I must realize that 3 is not a square number. Therefore, I am done factorizing that one as well. Right, B6 is an interesting one because if I ignore, which I'm not allowed to, ignore the first tick box, I will take note that this is still two terms. It has the negative. 125 both are square numbers. M squared, which means I have an equal exponent. So the common mistake that grade 9s make is that they say from there on forward, difference in two squares. Then you will lose the mark on the common factor. Right, so to refrain from losing any marks, stick with your tick boxes. So the first thing, I'm going to check for a common factor. Okay, so between 100 and 25, both of them can divide by 25. So I'm going to the side. 100 m squared minus 25. Right. I am going to divide, the number that I divide with, is my common factor. I am going to divide with what? What can divide with 100 as well as 25? And that is 25. So 25 is going to be my common factor, 25. Right, let's do the division. 100 divided by 25 equals to 4m squared, because there's nothing to divide with. Negative divides by positive, negative 1. So in my brackets I have left 4m squared minus 1. Now I go back to my tick boxes and I see I do have two terms. There's a negative between them. 4 and 1, both square numbers. M squared equal exponent. So this bracket can factorize to the difference in two squares. So, aki, positive, negative. 4, 2 times 2. M squared, m times m. 1, 1 times 1. Go again. Look at 2 and 1, because that will throw out the difference in two squares. Right, let's look at number 8. So again, you can fall into the trap because 4 and 64 are both square numbers. But check boxes again. First check box is common factor. So between 4 and 64, I can again divide with the highest common factor. So 4x squared minus 64. Again, I am not dividing by a negative number, seeing that the first term is not negative. So the number that can divide with 4 as well as 64 is 4. I cannot divide by a variable. So 4 is my common factor. 4x squared divides by 4 equals to x squared. Minus 64 divided by 4 equals to minus 16. Right. Now I will check my bracket again, and you will take note. Negative, two terms, equal exponent as well as a squared number. So that's the difference in two squares. So two brackets, first bracket positive, second bracket negative. X squared, so x times x, 16, 4 times 4. Please make sure to check your last bracket, because your last bracket is still two terms. There's still a negative inside. 4 is still a square number. But what is throwing me out right now is that this x does not have equal exponents. So therefore, that one is completely factorized. Right, B10, 75 and 12. So this one cannot be deceiving, seeing that those numbers are definitely not squared numbers. So, common factor, 75a squared and minus 12b squared. So now you must find a number that can divide with 75 as well as 12. So if you know your tables, you will know that you can divide by 3. So 3 is going to be my common factor. 75 divides by 3, 25a squared. Negative divides by positive, negative. 12 divides by 3, 4b squared. So 25a squared minus 4b squared. Right, go back to your check boxes. We are done with a common factor. Do we have two terms? Yes. Are there a negative? Yes. 25 and 4, square numbers. Yes. Equal exponents for both the A and the B. So the bracket is definitely the difference in two squares. So equals to 3. Difference in two squares, haki haki. First bracket, positive, negative. 25. Now please take this from the one side to the other side. So I'm going to start with 25, which is 5 times 5. A squared, A times A. 4, 2 times 2. B squared, B times B. Please look again at the last bracket. Neither 5 or 2 are square numbers, so therefore this one is also done. B12. Please be very vigilant, because these are two terms. There's a negative. 4 is a square number, and both of the variables have equal exponents. We can never skip the first tick box. So I'm going to look for a common factor between those two, which now is going to be x squared. Now, x squared minus 4x to the power of 4. When I work with variables and I take a common factor, remember I am looking for the lowest exponent. Right. So between x squared and x to the power of 4, I can divide both of those terms with x squared, which I am going to do. There's no number to be divided with. Now I'm showing this to you because I want you to remember that if I take x squared as a common factor and I simplify this, the moment that x squared divides with x squared, I am left with 1. Negative divides by positive, negative 4. X to the power 4 divides by x squared equals to x squared. So in my bracket, 1 minus 4x squared. Please make sure, is this the difference between two squares? If you have a look again at your tick boxes, you will take note that yes, it is. So this is the difference in two squares. It factorizes to haki haki. First bracket positive, second bracket negative. Please don't forget to copy and paste x squared. So the square root of 1 is going to be 1. The square root of 4, 2, and x squared, x times x. Check the last bracket again. It's done factorizing, so therefore this part is